Hi, welcome and good evening, algebra students. This is Ms. Daigle, and I will be going over patterns and sequences. Patterns and sequences, there is nothing but algebra when you do these sequences. So that is what we're going to discuss, recall, and remember today and lead into our next topic of sequences. Today during class, you set up your table of contents. If you didn't get that done, please do so now. This is what page 20 and 21 should look like. This should also be with WSQ. Tomorrow we will be doing this foldable, so leave the right-hand side empty. You can go ahead and title it Arithmetic Sequences if you want, but on the left-hand side is where you're going to take any notes today, and then at the bottom you're going to do your whisk. When, where, and what did you watch? A summary over what you watched, and remember a summary needs to be more than one sentence, and any questions that you might have, and if you have no questions, then you need to create a question that you think somebody might have. Okay, so let's go into patterns. All of these pictures right here are all a blast from the past. You should remember some of these from elementary, some you would and some you won't. I remember Blue's Clues and Dora. And in all of these shows that you watched as kids, you had to follow some kind of pattern as you were watching the TV show. So that's what we're going to work on today. Here I have 4 different patterns. I have them in pictorial representations, meaning by pictures, and I want you to write down what their sequences are in your notes and match them up to the actual number sentence. So for instance, let's look at A. There is one box within this term of this 4 number sequence. The next term there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. In the next term there are 2, 4, 6, 8 plus the 1 in the middle, can't forget that. So that is 9. And next there's 3, 6, 9, 12 plus the 1 in the middle is 13. So our pattern is 1, 5, 9, and 13. Very good. Okay? So pause the video, you work on C, B, and D. Okay, on C, there's 3, 6, 9, 12 plus signs, 3, 6, 9 plus signs here, 3, 6 plus signs here, and 3 here. So in this particular pattern, we were going down. G matches it as 12, 9, 6, and 3. In B, we have 3 big squares. We have 2.5 squares, 2 squares, and 1.5 squares here. So our pattern is 3, 2.5, 2, and 1.5. And in the last one, we started with 3, went up to 6, went to 9, and then went to 12. So our pattern is 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so now next to these 4 sequences, I want you to determine what the next 2 terms would be the next 2 numbers within the sequence. That's what a term is a number within the sequence. And what was your process for finding it? Go ahead and pause the video and find that. Okay, in this first one, what was my process going from 1, 5, 9, 13? Very good, I added 4 to the previous term, so if I add 4 to 13, I get 17, and from 17 I get 21. Very good. What was my process in B? What happened between my 4 terms here? Very good, I subtracted 0.5 from the prior term, or I can say that I added a negative. Adding a negative and just subtracting mean the same thing. So if I took away 0.5 from 1.5, I was left with 1. Then took away 0.5 from that, I'm left with 0.5. Very good. What about 12, 9, 6, and 3? Very good. I went down again. This time I went down by 3, so I can say that 2 ways. I can say it as that I subtracted 3 from the previous term, or I added a negative 3. So my next 2 terms would be 0 and then negative 3. Is it okay to get a negative number in a sequence? Absolutely. And next, 3, 6, 9, 12, I knew that I went up, so I added 3 to the previous term. So my next 2 numbers would be 15 and 18. Very good. Okay, what you just created are what we call arithmetic sequences. We are now taking a basic pattern that you have done in the past and moving it to an algebraic term of arithmetic sequences. All of these are arithmetic, and I want you to think about why they're called arithmetic sequences. They are called arithmetic sequences because each new term was found by adding a number to the previous term. So here, 17 was found by adding 4, and I repeated the process of adding 4 each time. Here, the next term was found by adding a negative 0.5 or subtracting 0.5, and the process was repeated each time. Same thing here, I added 3 each time, and the process was repeated. And then here I added a negative 3 or just subtracted 3, and again the process was repeated. So that's the main key that you need to know about arithmetic sequences, is that not only am I adding 4, but it is repeated with each term. Each term I have to add 4 to it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at these 5 sequences and you're going to determine if they're an arithmetic sequence or not, based on what you just learned about arithmetic sequences. You're going to write down these 5 terms in your notes. You're going to put a check or an X next to them on if they are arithmetic or not. And we will start class Friday with these 5 sequences going through your notes. Go ahead and write your list now. Where, what, and when did you watch the video? Give me a summary of the video and any questions you still might have regarding arithmetic sequences. Have a great evening.